Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of the Pick Six. I'm your host, Mike Wobschall at TCO Performance Center. Following the Vikings season opening win, lots to talk about from this game. Plus, we got kind of a big game coming up too. So let's get to work and answer some of your questions. The first one comes from David. I loved Sheldon Richardson's debut. I can't believe there hasn't been any talk about it. Well, David, I can assure you inside this building, there's plenty of talk about it, especially from the coaching staff. Sheldon Richardson had a great game and made an impact in this game, even though it didn't necessarily show up in the box score as much as others. When you have someone like Harrison Smith, who did just about everything someone can do to help a defense, and you have a couple of interceptions, those are the guys who are going to get talked about the morning after. But make no mistake, Sheldon Richardson had a great Vikings debut. He's going to be fun to watch this season. Question number 2 comes from Toby in Alaska. So, should we be concerned about our pass defense? Well, Toby, it's a fair question. The Vikings gave up some chunk plays against the San Francisco 49ers. Some guys were uncovered and wide open, and Mike Zimmer addressed that after the game. I think they'll fix that going into the Green Bay game this weekend. No, I don't think you should be concerned. Remember, this was the #1 defense in the NFL last year and the #2 passing defense in the NFL last year. The same group is coming back with an upgrade at 3 technique and rookie Mike Hughes making plays. So I think our pass defense is going to be pretty good. The next question comes from Pablo in Riverside, California. Xavier Rhodes' one-handed interceptions are becoming a norm. Great win and great between the lines by Wabi and PA. Well, Pablo, thanks for saying that. I hope you enjoy all of our coverage post-game. I think ours stacks up against the best from around the NFL, so make sure you keep checking that out. As for Xavier Rhodes, his 10th career interception came against the San Francisco 49ers. Another Vikings DB who had a good game, Harrison Smith, got his 10th career sack, the all-time sacks leader in Vikings history for DBs. That Vikings secondary on fire right now. Our next question comes from Randy in Sioux City, Iowa. Why do you think the offense had such a drop in the level of execution later in the second half? Well, I think first you got to give credit to the 49ers defense. That's a pretty good unit on the other side of the ball, and they're getting paid too. A bunch of first-round picks on that defensive line. What happens when offenses bog down a lot is negative plays like sacks or negative yardage runs. So if the Vikings can get rid of some of those, I think it's going to be a really good showing overall by the offense against Week 1. Do that into Week 2, and we're going to have a good chance to beat the Packers. The next question comes from Brian in Connecticut. How do you see Mike Hughes' role growing throughout the season? Well, Brian, I think it grew on Sunday when he was pushed outside to play corner when Trey Waynes was hurt. Remember, Mike Hughes has been training inside for a lot of the summer, and on a moment's notice he had to go outside and he made a big play. So I think Mike Hughes is going to be a valuable chip for Mike Zimmer on defense, and I also think he can help on special teams. I only see Hughes playing more and more as the season goes on. Our final question comes from Alan in New Mexico. How do you think we did on special teams? I thought the Vikings were very good on special teams in Week 1, a drastic improvement from the preseason, so good news there. A few of the highlights. Our new punter had 4 punts inside the 20. One of them landed at the 4, so the punt team was very good. Daniel Carlson, perfect on the day, 3 for 3 on point after touchdowns, and he had a 48-yarder as well. So a good day for the Vikings special teams. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Pick Six. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you send your questions in to the email address at the bottom of the screen, and you can be in next week's Pick Six. In the meantime, stay tuned to Vikings.com. And I say it every week because I want you to do it if you haven't done it already. Download the Vikings app. All of our content delivered straight to your favorite mobile device. See you next week.